Hey guys, so craziest thing happened. So crazy. I really appreciate the prayers today. I really needed it so bad. Was having like just one of the worst days. And I went and took a salt bath after you guys prayed for me. And I listened to a Return to Sender, a new video I'd never listened to. And I thank you so much for the suggestion. And it totally worked. But what's so crazy, and I had to record this, what's so crazy, guys, is like, it was for the last maybe year, maybe about a year, how I've been doing Reiki. I've been just visualizing. So this is how I do Reiki to remove cords between me and other people, okay? Cords of attachment. I envision all 9 chakra systems, the chakra system above your head and below your feet, and all 7 chakras in your body. And I see Archangel Michael and I pull out all these cords of attachment between me and someone else, okay? Now, typically, I either just remove it from myself if I'm feeling too lazy to do it from them too, if I don't want to do it. And sometimes I remove it from them. It depends, whatever. Here's the thing. I kept doing it for like the last year. And I was visualizing it. I was always doing it during meditation. With my eyes closed, my body still, I just would remove cords at the root during Reiki, which is great because I'm self-taught, guys. I don't go to Reiki practitioners. Not that I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I teach myself. And so this is also self-taught. I'm teaching myself as I go. So I normally do it up in, my imagination, up in the ether, whatever, wherever there is. And I was wondering why it wouldn't work. My manifestations weren't coming in. People, places, and things seem to still be attached to me. At least it felt like they were attached to me, which I'll get there in a second. I'm going to throw some cards about this. And it was like I kept putting all my effort into visualizing in the 5D. That's what they say, right? Like visualize your success. But I learned today in the bathtub. I literally moved my hands. I put my hands at my feet and I removed the cords. Like I saw it with my eyes closed, me grab the cords and pull it at the root, which I tell you guys about. That's honestly the best way to do it, is to remove it at the root. And I went up all 9 chakras, and then I did it again 2 more times. So I did it 3 times total for each person that I knew was invading my bubble, okay? And you guys, I shit you not, I'm a totally different woman. I swear to God. I don't know what happened. It's like I did this to 4 different people that have been like bombarding me in dreams, and I feel like a totally different woman. I called this company that I was dreading calling, and like they gave me the best news ever. Like everything has just changed in one day because you guys prayed for me. And it's like I got this breakthrough. I had a beautiful message come through from someone that was worried about me and emailed me, and I thank you so much for that beautiful message. And I really am. This community is such a beautiful place, and I love you guys so much. And then I swept, I mopped, which always changes the energy in a room. And you guys, craziest thing ever. Things are moving energetically for me. I started noticing that one problem I was having in my body, the ailment, just like disappeared. It's just gone. And I'm like, the fuck? It's gone. It's just like, I don't get that. I don't get what's happening. I don't get what's happening. Don't know. Don't even want to question it. All I know is I also got a donation. In the meantime, I got like I could see that money is coming in again. Everything changed, and it's been like 2 hours. So I really thank you. I thank you for the prayers. It changed the whole game for me. And since I'm self-taught in Reiki, I really wanted to teach you guys this method, because with me having taught myself from start to finish all of it, including working with archangels, like how to call on your guides, how to ask for spiritual support, all of it. The whole thing with Reiki, I taught myself. And, obviously I worked with higher vibrational entities, which, is really cool, but that's how I heal. This changes the game. This changes everything. So I really was wondering why though? Why is it that you can't just visualize something like that away? Why we had to incarnate as starseeds to be here in the physical, in the 3D, to remove these cords permanently, for this to be the end of contractual agreements between karmic partners. I basically just summed it up. That's exactly what it is. You have to come here to do it physically in the 3D because it's so much more final. The totality of it all. It's like you can't do it in the higher realms. before you incarnated. You can't do it there. It's like you don't have a physical body, a physical vessel to make it official. You know what I mean? So all this time, I kept doing these exercises. And I'm talking, sometimes it'd be 2 hours a day. Guys, I'd do it twice a day. I'd wake up and do it at night. And I'm like, why the hell is this not working? So, you know how I tell you that if you do, and a lot of coaches say this, if you do something enough times in visualization, it's going to come through in the 3D, right? It's no different with this. I visualized my energy being cleared. It's going to start happening in the 3D now. Today was just the first of many in the future that's going to be much, much more productive. Yeah, proactive and productive. And I really wanted to show you guys, maybe with the cards, maybe if Spirit will come through and talk more about this, it'd be really cool. But this isn't for everybody. I can't imagine everybody would want to hear this. But if you are a Reiki practitioner, it might help you. So anyway, let me just see if I had any more channeled downloads. Let's get an incense stick here, guys. Dude, yeah, everything's changed though. Like in one fell swoop, like everything is just different. It's amazing. I thank you guys so much for praying for me. I can't believe you guys love me that much. Like the support on this channel is it just blows my mind. It blows my mind. I felt so unworthy. I was feeling like I had just so much ick, like gunk on me, and it was everybody else's bullshit. And so now I'm seeing like this is really truly ascension now. You know what I mean? It's going to be the start of ascension. You can only go as high vibrationally as your weakest link. Think about that for a moment. If you are attached to a ton of people energetically, you're not going to get high vibrationally, which means you're not going to bring the manifestations that you were already planting seeds for, which actually, by the way, is another thing that came through. I threw some cards about this, and though I was doing it in the 5D, that actually was that was creating my heaven for me. That was creating what my 10 of Cups was. That was creating the vortex. So that when I finally am energetically cleansed enough and vibrationally can align, I just go right to there. I just start bringing in that manifestation. But it's like there were cords holding me back. Does that make sense? Like it feels like chains were holding me down in the 3D. So instead of me just lying stiff as a board in meditation, I'm going to literally take my hands and remove it like this, just invisibly. You know what I mean? I see the cords in my mind's eye and you just remove it at the root. And another thing, I started crying while I was mopping the bathroom floor. I started crying. I didn't even know how much I missed my live streams. Guys, my live streams are my soulmate. I know that sounds really funny, but that's why I'm okay without anybody in my life. Like, I really am. My life purpose is my soulmate. It should be everybody's soulmate. It was something I cried for about an hour, and I just released so much gunk off my heart space. And it was like, I was bullied into solitude. Why? Because I never knew to clear my energy like this. I never knew to rip this shit out in the 3D, in the physical plane. I didn't know that faith without works is dead, right? I was doing all of this up in the 5D, but I didn't actually do anything in the physical plane. So it was like I wasn't telling the universe how serious I was about it. Does that make sense? These are really ending karmic cycles. This is like done. I kept throwing the death card. Like, this shit is over. This is the first of like the ascension for me. This is it. And I can't thank you guys enough for praying, but it showed me how much sadness and despair was on my heart because I had to stop my live streams, I don't know, a couple months ago, I can't remember when, but I loved doing my readings with you guys. Oh my God, nothing brought me more joy in my life. And I can literally tell you that. I can literally say nothing brought me more happiness than doing my live streams in front of the entire world. Like that brought me more joy than any person, place, or thing, anything. I'm telling you, it gave me so much joy. And I got so depressed. I went about the last 2 months, I was starting to become depressed. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't even really care to like take care of myself, like get dressed in the morning. Like things were just like getting worse and worse because I love what I do. I do what I love and love what I do, and I wanted to get paid for it. But the reason I couldn't was because all of these people were watching me. Why? Because I was still energetically attached to them. They were being pulled in. Dude. Fucking breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough tonight. Like, it is just mind-boggling, okay? The reason that I was stalked and harassed by people that are at a lower vibration is because I was energetically attached to them. I kept being pissed at my guides. I was like, how dare you guys? Like, you know, I'm struggling so much. I'm doing Reiki 2 hours a day. I'm doing all these salt baths. Like, what the fuck? But until your higher self integrates into the physical 3D vessel, you don't make conscious decisions to rip it out at the root in the 3D, like in your normal body. Like, you don't know yet. You're not conscious enough yet. You're not high vibrational enough yet. I needed the enlightenment. And if it weren't for you guys praying, I doubt I would have had any today. So I thank you so much for that. And it was so mind-boggling. I'm much more in the present moment right now. I hadn't been. I was depressed and lethargic. I had no energy. It's just like all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, life is possible again. I want to get dressed. I want to like do shit. I want to get things going. So again, sweeping and mopping, it's always great for changing, clearing energy. Just to let you guys know, always sweep and mop. It's just, it's life changing. But like I hadn't done that in a really long time. I hadn't done a whole bunch of things in my chores, in my daily life in a long time. It was like I was so depressed. And I realize now, like, holy shit, man. I kept being so mad at these people for invading my live streams, right? Was so pissed at them. And like the last like couple weeks before I stopped my lives, I would yell at them. Like, how fucking dare you? Get the fuck out of here. I don't want you anymore. Like, can't you take a hint? Leave me alone. You guys are so narcissistic and you're so mean and blah, blah, blah. When really, they were there because I had not removed the cords yet. They were feeling the pull. It's not even their fault. Guys, this is why energy clearing, like it's all energy. We have to see it like that. Like it's a new world, man. The new earth, it's all about looking at it like, let's integrate the world with magic, the 3D with the 5D. Like let's blend the two together, okay? Energy, you can only get as high vibrationally as your weakest link. And I, in the physical, was stuck on all of these people and they were stuck on me. And every time I went to go do a live, I would feel so like, every time I would receive a payment from someone, because that was my livelihood, I made money giving guidance from spirit to people on my live streams. Every time I would get a donation, boom, I'd instantly feel regret. I felt remorse. I felt guilt. Why? Because I was attached energetically to somebody watching and they didn't like the fact that I was moving away from them. Energetically, it was still happening because I was doing Reiki in the higher planes, but it was not going to happen that I disconnected it fully and I end it fully until I started doing it in my physical body. Does that make sense? So this might not make sense to anybody. I don't know, but it makes hella sense to me. So point is, guys, I went completely like bankrupt because I couldn't figure out why my livelihood was being fucked over. It had nothing to do with these people. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. It was the energy cords between us. We had a plethora of energy cords that I could not remove for the life of me. That's why when you smoke a lot of pot and you smoke weed all the time, it's like nothing in your 3D reality, you're not grounded enough to make anything solid here. It's like you're too up in the clouds. That's where I was. I was too up in the clouds doing Reiki until you make a contract to come here as a starseed and be planted in a physical incarnation. You don't get to end these contracts from past lives. You don't get to do it. You had to agree to this shit. Isn't that wild? Isn't this fucking weird? Which, you know, I'm super grateful that I'm a Virgo moon, Aries sun, because I get to learn really cool spiritual shit as the moon. I get to do this in you know, hermit mode, and then I get to teach about it as an Aries. So I really do like that spirit shows me these lessons, but man, I would have loved to have not suffered for the last year and a half-ish doing this in visualization. Do it at the root with your hand, okay? All right, let's see. Spirit, can I know more about this? Thank you. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for these messages. Can I know a little bit about it, if anybody is interested? What is going on? What is this? Like, what? Can I know more? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Beach, look at that. Look at that. Fucking glorious, honey. That's what that is. That's fucking glorious. Girl, and I'm telling you, I got my energy back. I feel fucking renewed. I feel like a totally different woman. And look, Capricorn, I'm really getting like devil energy, the 3D, like materiality, the world of the earth world, material plane, you know? It's like you have to do it here for that shit to be over, okay? And I know it's such a small shift. Like it took no more energy than it normally does. It's kind of equivalent to like meditating all day or smoking weed and like meditating and thinking of really amazing things in your life that you want, it's like you're creating heaven up there, you know? Like you're envisioning it, you're daydreaming, you're creating your vortex. But your physical vessel needs to do shit to implement it. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. Take time to breathe out. Yeah, this is what they're telling me about the live streams. What it was I was not able to catch my breath. Like, I would not understand why my money was trickling in. It wasn't coming in as it used to. And it's because I couldn't, even on the times when I could do Reiki, I still wasn't severing cords. So it's like, I was just getting higher and higher vibrationally because I was doing, things that were good, accruing good karma, while other people were just stuck. So it's like I kept rubber banding further and further and further, higher and higher. But hello, I needed to fucking sever the cord. So once you sever the cord, you might want to have Archangel Michael cut it and then remove it at the root. You can do that. It doesn't matter. Reiki is basically using the law of assumption. Whatever you assume to be true is true in your reality. For me, this is truth. I just witnessed it. It might be truth for you. It might not be. It's all about you taking control of your own mind. What do you say is true? So the law of assumption, if we talk about energy healing, Reiki, stuff like that, like that's what you assume it to be. You assume that you're energetically connected to somebody until you say you're not. It's the law of assumption, okay? Now you have the law of attraction, which that shit is coming in full force. I'm about to bring in all my motherfucking manifestations because I'm telling you what, when you cut the cord, you're free as a motherfucker bird. A motherfucker bird. You're as free as a motherfucker bird, okay? Snow Angel, the signs are with you already. I'm getting Snow Angel, like you guys are so pure. You've been doing this, like you've been taking your salt baths. You're not a total dick face, you're not an ass hat. You're a good person. It's like, bro, you have so much good karma stored up. It's like, hello, let's cash out on that, okay? Fog, veiled. That's just it too. Oh my God, you guys, it was so freaking nuts. Okay, so as I was sitting in the bath, I was like, oh my God, my head. I said, wow, I have such brain fog today. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it's like been the last maybe 5 or 6 days. I'm like, it's bad. It was like so bad, guys. I mean, I felt drunk and delirious. I did the Reiki, and guys, I'm not even kidding. It took me 20 minutes, and that was between 4 people, okay? It didn't even take long at all. I did this. Holy shit. My whole brain, like it just cleared up like that. Like the brain fog eliminated, boom, just instantly. It was insane. Honestly, it's crazy. It really is. And do you hear how much fucking more energy I have? How much more oomph I have in myself? Guys, it's like, I don't know, like 9 o'clock at night and I've not had coffee or tea or anything. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I was so bogged down. And it had everything to do with like all these fucking cords attached to me between me and other people. It's their brain fog is what it is. But it's, technically speaking, if one of those 4 people were to go get Reiki done or they learned Reiki on their own, they'd remove the root, they'd do the same thing and their brain fog would be removed. It's not really the person. It's the millions of motherfucking cords that you have attached between you and said person. It's not them. It's energy cords that people don't know how to remove. I work with fucking angels and I didn't even know how to remove it until today. So like the world doesn't know. I really want to teach them, which is exactly why I started crying, because I miss my live streams so much. But I got like fucking pummeled, man. And the reason I got pummeled by all these trolls was because I was only as high vibrational as the weakest link. And I was attached to some very low vibrational people. It's not their fault. They're just at a different wavelength. They'll get there. So what I was doing was telling the universe, this is the reality that I agree to. I agree that I'll be this high vibrational and I'll be attached to someone this low vibrational. And then you just bring a ton of people in the middle here who don't like me, who hate the empaths in there, who call me fat, who call me like heinous names. You just bring these people in who are going to target me, God. Go ahead. I had no idea how important it was to remove it. in the physical 3D, which is why all of us took on the agreement to come here. When you speak with your mouth, it's a lot different than telepathically in the astral plane. You speak with your mouth, that shit is finalized here in the 3D. That's how important it is to be in a physical vessel. That's how important it is for the age of Aquarius when we came here as starseeds. That's how important it is for us to have contractually agreed to be in a physical vessel on Earth at this time. You're never going to get rid of these attachments otherwise. You had to sign up for this. It's the whole story of Christ. It's Christ's consciousness entering and flooding the planet. But like in order for Christ to save the world, he had to go into the world. That's exactly what you're doing. Your higher self, Christ consciousness, has to enter into the tomb. What's the tomb? Your body. Right? So now he can ascend. He can ascend, but he has to say it is finished first. Are you going to say it is finished? So anyway, this was fucking crazy. The whole thing today, it just like blew my mind, guys. That's what the power of prayer was. You know, and I was even ashamed a little bit to even ask for prayer today because like I don't normally ask for prayer. But I was like, I need it. I need it real bad. Like today was just one of those, and I kept being attacked with psychic warfare because it's Halloween and it's, you know, everybody's dabbling in what fucking bullshit and everything right now. And so the veil is so thin, I was being targeted and harassed. I keep waking up at like the witching hour. I keep waking up at about 3:30 and it's killing me, bro. So another download I just got is, this is going to stop the harassment in my dreams. Let's get more on that. Wow. What a huge ass breakthrough, bro. I'm not even the same fucking person, okay? Look at this. You see clearly. Clairvoyance. What did I say? Didn't I say I had brain fog? It was my third eye. I kept trying. So I was like, I couldn't understand why my readings were like not as clear as they used to be. I wasn't able to channel as well. I didn't fucking understand. Now I get it. Look at this. Look at these 6 eyes here. It's the 6th chakra, your third eye. It was blocked. I had brain fog, bro. I had so much brain fog that I couldn't even think straight. I couldn't speak clearly. Spiritual protection. You're being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. That's so cute. That's so cute. Because look at these eyes, how they're protecting her. That's so cute. I'm just so grateful right now. Like I really am. Have you ever had that, like an aha moment where you feel like you just woke up from the dead? Like you just took a handful of those red pills from the Matrix and just swallowed that shit. You ever just have one of those moments where you could have sworn you saw Jesus Christ himself? That's basically what just happened to me, okay? So yeah, my whole day has changed. My whole life has changed. Soon I might even be doing live streams, fingers crossed. I cannot fucking wait, bro. But I'm going to have to do a lot more Reiki before I get there, okay? But anyway, this was just such a breakthrough. I can't even believe it. It's such a small little thing. Like it took me no more energy than I normally did. If anything, I took less energy to do it because it only took me 20 minutes. I normally spend like hours in Reiki. Oh my God, it's just amazing. I'm having like the biggest breakthrough of my entire life. Oh, you know what? I just got a download. This spiritual protection is about dreams. You see clearly that you are spiritually protected in dreams. Soon I'm going to be seeing clearly. I'm going to be much more woke in dreams. I'm going to be much more lucid soon. And when you're lucid in dreams, you can control dreams. And what's really great is now I'm not going to be attached to these people so much, so I won't be like surprised when they're fighting with me. And I wake up in a dream and someone's fighting with me. I'm like, why the hell are you in my life? I kept saying it, like, get out of my life, get out of my life. I kept doing the Reiki and the 5D. I just imagined it. I envisioned it. It didn't stop. And I started to become resentful. I started to hate them. It's not their fault. You know, I have a lot of forgiveness I have to do, honestly, and I have to forgive myself as well, but it's not their fault, you know? So now I'm going to be waking up much more alert and aware during dreams, which means you can control your dreams, which means you can freaking do anything you want in dreams now. It's a life-changing epiphany, really, it is. I'm blown away by this. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius, get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. That's what I'm getting. Get grounded, like here in the earth plane. I kept looking at the bigger picture. I kept going into my, my third eye, and I would sit there and visualize for hours. I was always looking at the bigger picture, but it's like I needed to do that shit down here to really end it. Yeah, I'm noticing this guy. He looks like he's bringing Christ consciousness right straight down to the earth. Do you see that? It's like a starseed, like bringing light to the earth so that he can ascend with this arrow. Coming down, going back up. It's exactly the story of Christ as well. He comes down, gets killed, goes and ascends. It's like, come down, go up. But you gotta handle business down here in the 3D, you know? Dude, I feel like a totally different woman. Can you tell? Can you tell, guys? I feel saved. I feel like I just met Jesus. Which, that's kind of the bad part about being self-taught in Reiki. It's like you have to learn by experience, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it's cool because like once you learn the lessons, like you'll never unlearn them. You'll know this shit. And it's really cool because now I just see how much God loves me. I get to see and I also get to see what self-love looks like and forgiveness. Like it's not those people's fault. It's not the trolls' fault. It's none of their fault. Forgiveness is really going to happen. It's going to take place here. Harmony. Oh, I love it. There's going to be such a harmony now. And I feel like my live streams will be much more harmonious as well. Because I'll be bringing in people of a different vibration. You are effectively agreeing. You're agreeing to the vibration of whoever you are attached to energetically. You're agreeing to that. You might be away from them physically. Honey, I've been away from my family for 1.5 years. Haven't talked to them in 1.5 years. I might be away from them physically, but I sure as shit was not away from them energetically. So technically speaking, just because you left so-and-so doesn't mean that you're not still attached to them. And you're only going to ascend and bring in your manifestations if you're like away from them energetically. I'm sorry. But otherwise, they're tainting your energy. And again, it's not their fault. They're just at a different level. They're just like at level 1 and you're at level 20, whatever. It's not their fault. And I think that that's what I'm seeing is like I kind of feel like a total D-bag because there was like a lot of what I was saying that was coming across really judgmental. Like, just F you. I can't believe you guys won't leave me alone. You're just harassing me. Like, get the fuck out of my dreams. When really it was me all along. It's you all along too. Like, you've got to do this. It's not them. It's you as a healer. You're supposed to be doing it. It's just crazy too because like an ailment that I was having, what felt like an infection in my tooth, it's just gone. It's just gone. And I'm like, what the actual? Dude, because I shifted timelines. Confirm that, Spirit. Can you confirm that, please? No, one. Okay. We have Warrior Woman. Yeah, have you answered your deepest calling? No, I just want one. I want to know, can you tell me about the timeline shifting thing? Okay, fine. What's Warrior Woman? I'm noticing the sword, like she spoke something. Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Have you answered your deepest calling? Okay, so when I was talking about what I love with my live streams is there used to be so much harmony and everybody would have such a good time. We would see fucking magic every single day. It was amazing. Spirit would come through with like the craziest synchronicities and all that shit stopped. So I never wanted to go back on my live streams, which is sad because that was like my soul's calling. And also, may I add, my biggest revenue source. So it fucking killed me, man, that I had to stop. And so it says, have you answered your deepest calling? How are you being called to step up and lead? Exactly. Like, I didn't even know that I wanted my deepest desire, which was my live streams. I had actually promised myself 2 months ago that I won't do live streams anymore. I said, it's degrading for me. I felt like kind of like a prostitute. No offense to prostitutes, but that's what I felt like. I felt like I was selling my soul in a way to darker forces because I was still energetically attached to lower vibrational entities. So I was hurting myself. Every time I would receive a blessing, I would instantly be targeted telepathically by someone that doesn't like me. Again, guys, it's all about energy dominance. If you are connected to, it was at least 2 people in every live stream that I was connected to energetically from the past, like intimately. And each time they would instantly send telepathy. When I would receive a payment, there would be a telepathic thought form, a thought bubble directed right the fuck at me. And it would be like, screw you, how dare you? You shouldn't be making money, you're a fraud. And I was like, the fuck is going on? Like, really, what is, look at this. Mirror. Who or what is triggering you? Beach, you cannot make that up. Who or what is triggering you? Exactly. I kept getting triggered by these trolls, and I was like, nah, I gotta move the fuck on. I can't do this anymore. I'm getting triggered. People are telepathically calling me names, like bullying me, harassing me. I'm over it. And I thought that was the solution. Just to throw in the towel and be done. But then I cried for a whole hour about how much I miss my live streams, how it is. I literally miss my live streams more than I miss people. Is that sad to say? Like, I don't even miss my family. I miss my live streams. It's my soul's calling. And so it's like I got triggered by all of these people. And I'm just like, okay, I'm done. It's not healthy. I'm done. My health deteriorated. I'm like, whatevs. No problem. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna not and say I did. Deuces. And I just closed up shop. Had no idea I was this depressed over it. So guys, if you're a Twitch streamer, if you're a YouTuber, listen, I get the whole, I get it, bro. I get that you're being targeted, harassed. I get that, that tarot destroyer guy comes in hating you. I get that. I fucking get it. Tarot destroyer, man, he would come on my channel wreaking havoc because we're all witches. And he'd be like, fuck you guys. Whatever he said. I don't know. He didn't really ever say that, but it was mainly you're going to hell because you're a witch. Whatever. But the point is, all of these trolls would come in hating me. And I was like, the fuck are you doing here? Like, get out. I pray. I cleanse. I have Palo Santo burning. What are you doing here? It's answered. It's answered right now. This is what they were doing there. I wasn't bringing in people of a higher vibrational energy because I wasn't at a higher vibrational energy. I was telling the universe, I agree to be stuck at a level with so-and-so. I hadn't made a decision in the 3D to end it yet. So, that ship has sailed. It's fucking over now. Okay, we are done. It's showtime now. Let's see, can I get a couple more? Spirit, what does this mean for me and the viewer watching? If they do this at home too, what could this mean for us? Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Courage. Acceptance. Courage to accept your desires, guys. You've already been planting these seeds in the higher plane. You've already created the shit in the vortex. The universe already knows that you want a black cat and a blue house, okay? But the problem is you can't ascend to bring that in via the law of attraction to feel worthy of it. So even if you were to get the keys to a blue house, chances are you'd squander it or you wouldn't be vibrationally aligned to enjoy it. Just like me, it was the last year I did so well financially, and I wasn't vibrationally aligned anymore with enjoying the fruits of my labor. So it's like, what's the point of having a life purpose if you don't even fucking love it? Right? What's the point of even doing live streams if I'm not present in the current moment because I'm always living in fear because of these trolls that were harassing me? And it's not even the trolls. It was mainly that I didn't want to upset the people from my past who are watching me become independent. They didn't want me independent. Yeah, they didn't want me to get away. Diversity. So they kept causing all this strife, but the only reason they could was because there were still energy cords. So it's really crazy, but balance. Bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Exactly. I can't judge them. It's not their fault. It's just that I hadn't really truly ended the relationship. This is how you end it, guys. It's not a physical thing. I don't care how many fucking 1,000 miles away you are from this person. If you're not energetically cleansing and removing these cords, then it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. You're still going to be addicted to them 10 years down the line. You've got to remove these cords, guys. Look, okay, doubt. If you are doubting this, they put it in the movie The Matrix for a fucking reason, okay? When he had to remove all those cords from himself in the tub of goo, okay, that shit is real, okay? You're feeding machines. The cords themselves are the problem, not the person. It's the energy and the knowledge that you're exchanging. You're exchanging information and wisdom and energy through these cords, okay? Cords are not even bad nor good. It's just a reality. If you go to the grocery store, you're already, in saying hello to the clerk, you've just established energy cords. Now, they're not, like, there's not a lot of them, so it's not like you're gonna dream about that person or see them in the next life. But think of that. Think of everybody you've ever attached yourself to, and then having all of those cords on you. No wonder we can't ascend. Sheet. And think about all the past lives that you've had with your significant other. Dude, there are fucking trillions of cords on you. I don't know, that's probably an exaggeration, but there are a lot of cords. Okay? So it's like you want to elevate, to raise your consciousness in order to bring in your manifestations, because the universe already knows what the fuck you want. Okay? The universe already knows. You just have to ascend via the law of attraction to get there. You have to attract it. You have to attract it. It means you have to be a vibrational match with that thing. And if that thing is happiness and joy and abundance, you got to be a fucking match for that, okay? You can't be like me going on a live stream and being like, okay, I really want abundance, and I'm going to pray to Archangel Michael, and we're going to have like a really great time, guys. We're going to have fun, right? But my vibration was fear, lack, oppression, depression. Like, you can't vibrationally be matched with abundance if you live in lack. And that's just what I was doing. Look at this denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Okay, cool. What's that? Why is that here? My fear of what? But I replace it with the insight of awareness. Yeah, exactly. So when I was like, I was fear and lack, I now can bring awareness into it by staying in the present moment. I don't have to be afraid of trolls anymore. I'll just be like, wow, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good one, sir. And then I will literally continue on with my reading. Do you see what I'm saying? Before, it was like, it would stop the whole show. It would take 15 minutes for me to clear my motherfucking energy. And by the time I was done with one reading, I'd be like, I'm done, guys. I gotta go. Look at this, trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Trust. Judgment. And yeah, okay, that's another thing too, is like I would always trust what these trolls would say because I was still receiving and consuming information from people who hated me and energetically tied to me. They hadn't forgiven me for abandoning them. They thought I had abandoned them. They hated me for getting away. They hated me for divorcing them. They hated me for being independent. They hated me for starting my own business. They just hated me, right? Because they hadn't forgiven me yet. So because I was so attached to them, every time a troll would come in, I would trust their judgment. Oh, you're so ugly, and you're just like a horrible reader, and you're just stupid. So I would fucking believe that shit, like every time. And dude, when you get pummeled like that, and you believe it, it does a number on your self-confidence. Like, you don't even want to do your job anymore. So it's like I started to actually trust their judgment of me, their critique of me. I started to trust trolls. Now I could be like, wow, thank you so much for showing up, Tarot Destroyer. Have a good day, my friend. Toodles. And then get right back to the reading. Any other message? What's coming in now because of this? Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Patience. Peace. Oh, I like that. Oh, that makes me feel happy. I'm hearing I'm not going to be so short with people and really aggressive. And I won't need to be so defensive. Like, I was just so cutthroat. Like, just stay the fuck away from me. Like, go to hell. Like, rot in hell. Like, that's what I was. I didn't like myself. Relationships. And I didn't like myself because I was attracted to those people who did not serve my highest good. Because I was literally attracting people who hated me. There was no peace. None. Now I can bring in peaceful relationships because I'll be a being of peace. It'll feel great. But before I was just like, screw you. Why are you still targeting me? I don't understand. Look at this, self-esteem. I'm telling you, it's something about a level of like confidence that was stripped from me because I would believe all the trolls that were telling me heinous things. Like, oh my God, you have an ugly voice and you're fat and shut up. Witch? I'm like, okay. I could have just shrugged it off if I had more self-esteem. But because I was attached to lower vibrational energies, I couldn't have that self-esteem. So guys, please start removing these cords at the root. If you want coaching with me, I would love to teach you how I do Reiki. So contact me if you're interested. All the information's down below. But guys, thank you so much for being here. And again, thank you for the prayers. I love you. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.